Yo, what's cracking? So about the latest new chapter, all I really gotta say overall, as a whole, is Super really has a tendency to find ways to piss fans off with the stupid shit they say and do. Now overall, in the first few pages, didn't none really stand out as far as out the ordinary for the regular Super shit. But by the time it got to this is when it all went down here from here, where it was like, oh, yep, Super pull another super move. First off, before I even get into that, we gonna just ignore the fact that Vegeta's newest form is literally proven pointless and useless in the very same chapter it was debuted in. Then on top of that, even more disrespected by the time the very next chapter hit. With that being said, because it's rare you hear me say anything good about Super, I will like to say I am proud of how Goku was portrayed, not only using blue in this, but also utilizing what Whis told them since day one, which is teamwork make the dream work. He tried to switch with Vegeta and help, but then you got this weak ass Super Vegeta doing this no character development ass bullshit. Even worse than what he used to do. This shit is even worse than how he was in the Buu saga and the Android saga, mixed with the Saiyan saga, all combined. And don't get me wrong, cause yes, it's trash as fuck. That shit is pure fucking garbage. But the difference between the Z Vegeta and Super Vegeta is the developments on where they are. With the first set of Vegeta and Z, he didn't do all this shit, so all this was nothing more than a growth to him. When they're Super, he is basically just reliving the same events over and over, repeatedly and repeatedly again. Regardless to if it's in Z events or in Super events, he just still choosing the same way to act the same way. And if anything, it's even worse now than it is back then. See, at least back then, he had something called pride. Meaning, basically, he wasn't a warrior charity case in a way. But now it's like he is not only a warrior charity case, he is also a fucking joke. And as I said, he just do the same shit over and over again. Like, for example, he claims that he'd rather die than work with Goku. Despite him doing that, not only from the time he met him, but in Super even more, from fighting Beerus all the way through the Black Art, through Resurrection of F, through the Tournament of Power, through Broly movie, through Moro arc, through this shit. So what the hell do he be talking about? I don't even understand how he will state that he don't fight side by side with Goku unless he has anything to protect. When on a daily basis he has his family to come back to, he has his own life to protect. Hell, he even has his friends, which should be Goku by not to protect as well. On top of that, he still made that pledge to Kappa. Shit, he spent more time with Kappa than he did Trunks, so I would expect him to care about that at least. You know it's fucked up when Super Goku using more common sense and logic than Vegeta. And because of that dumbass game plan, he out here getting fucked up the way he is now. Even in Dragon Ball Heroes, I hate how he is still bitching about fusing with Goku. I mean, come on, dog. You done fused with this man a good 4 times off the top of my head that I could think of alone. And you still bitching about shit like that too, bro? Like, come on, bruh. This is really what your plan was, man. Then I tried to at least give them the benefit of the doubt and think that they about to redeem themselves for the bullshit that my brain has suffered through thus far. Just for him to walk away looking like a damn fool. He looks like a fool in a man's shoes. There's a such thing as a man with too much pride. And as you see, this is where it gets you. With him walking away only for his plan to turn out the same way they did Frieza in Resurrection of F. Which is already sad enough because they copied and pasted that idea from Namek Saga Frieza. And just when I think Super can't get no worse, Super shows me that it's Super once again and reminds me why it is so fucking terrible. They resorted to Vegeta pulling a Goku and pulling off his signature move, the biting style, Here's why that is bad for Vegeta and good for Goku. Goku is a lower class Saiyan, meaning that's what he would be resorted to if he had to as one of his tactics. Vegeta is a elite, meaning he is a tactician that resorts to dirty style if necessary, meaning biting is beneath him. He should not be biting anyone. He is royalty. When have you ever known royalty to put their teeth on somebody like a primitive lower class? Then his dumbass thought that he wasn't gonna get blasted at point blank range because of this city shit. Like, my dog, you came in this fight stuck on stupid, most stupider than Super Goku normally. If you have any reason to believe that the person that is coming to look for Saiyans because of a revenge plan won't kill you at point blank range at the first chance he hit when y'all are both giving him so much trouble in the first place. Then we had the pleasure of seeing them copy and paste baby backstory once again. Then overall as a whole, nothing really too much happened after that, but as I said, you already know it's bad when Super Goku is the one talking common sense to people. Overall as a whole, this is why I prefer and like GT Vegeta better, just cause like his character development is just a different level of growth compared to Super Vegeta's. On top of that, he accepts Goku as a rival, but not as to compete with him, but more so as just someone to stay in shape with. Even though I'm talking about just Vegeta right now, GT growth as a whole, all characters development is all one-dimensional and one-sided compared to Supers being all over the place, like Vegeta for example, because you got him being all over the place. 1 minute you hear him talking about how I'm not teaming up with Kakarot, this and that bullshit that he gotta be talking about. Then on the other hand, all he do is basically be in the same predicament, the same situations, and the same clothes at this point, trying to be nothing but Goku. Just for him to come out as nothing but a failure in every damn situation. The only thing that these two basically have in common is the amount of ass whoopings they take since they got introduced to God Ki. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention, I'm also super excited, pun intended, to talk about my favorite character, Bardock, because clearly they reintroducing him once again. And no, when I say I'm excited, I don't mean that I'm actually excited, I mean that I hate this shit. Bardock is my #1 favorite character, along with Kid Buu. It's already bad enough that Super ruined my childhood memories with this bullshit that they be producing. But to add more salt to the already open wound, they are about to recap on Bardock's backstory again, just to kill his character and ruin it even more. It was already bad enough I had to put up with that shit once in the Broly movie, but you telling me now I'm about to get a whole rewrite of his story again?